Hello students, welcome to Kenny's Educare. Today in the session of class 6th History, we will be reading and learning about chapter 1, what, where, how and when. क्या हुआ, कहाँ हुआ, कैसे हुआ और कब हुआ. Okay, so we will be reading this part of history today. Now before reading about history or maybe knowing about the past, you need to question yourself that what happened 100 years ago. क्या हुआ होगा 100 साल पहले? क्या आप बता सकते हो? No, you cannot. Finding out what happened कल क्या हुआ, last year क्या हुआ, long ago क्या हुआ, you need some proof, you need some source, you need some evidence, you need a memory, right? For example, you have a memory कि आपने कल lunch में पाव भाजी खाया था. Or maybe you have a memory or maybe you have a certificate or a proof that last year आप class में first आए थे, right? Or maybe you have a photograph that long ago when you were 5 years old, you were wearing a red shirt in a celebration or your birthday party, right? To know what happened, you always need a proof, you always need a source, or maybe you need a memory, correct? But to know what happened 100 years ago, you do not have any proof. आपको थोड़ी ना, आपके पास थोड़ी ना कोई proof है कि 100 साल पहले क्या हुआ. आपके पास कोई source भी नहीं है, कोई evidence भी नहीं है. And of course, you were not even born 100 years ago. आप तो पैदा भी नहीं हुए थे. Then definitely you don't even have a memory कि 100 साल पहले क्या हुआ था. So if we want to know that what happened 100 years ago, who will help you? Historians will help you. Archaeologists will help you. Who are these people? These are the people who study history. They study history, they study the past, and they help you with some proof, with some source, with some evidence. And then only you can know what happened in the past, what happened in the history. Maybe 100 years ago, maybe 1000 years ago. These are the people who help you to know and study that what happened in the history. All right. Now let's see how we can learn about the past. Now, when we read about history or when we read about the past, we have to question that what can we know. जब हम past को पढ़ते हैं, then हमें क्या क्या पता चल सकता है. What is that piece of information we can gather? What is that knowledge we can have about the past? We can know there are several things we can find out. For example, we can know what people ate. पुराने जमाने में लोग क्या खाते थे? क्या वो नूडल्स, पिज्जा, चाउमीन या दाल, चावल, राजमा, क्या वो लोग भी ये सब खाते थे? Did they had all these eatables with them? Or maybe the kinds of clothes they wore. वो कैसे कपड़े पहनते थे? Do they also had some skirts, coat, pant, sherwanis, etc.? What kind of clothes did people wore in the past? The houses in which they lived. उनका architecture houses का क्या हमारे modern houses की तरह होता था? Or they had some other style of houses or maybe some different style of architecture. We can know about this when we read about the past. More information can be gathered about the lives of hunters कि hunters कैसे रहते थे, herders कैसे रहते थे, farmers कैसे रहते थे, rulers, merchants, priests, craft persons, artists, musicians and scientists. You can know about these people from the past as well. Okay. The games children played, the stories they heard, the plays they saw and the songs they sang. Can we know about this also when we read past? Yes, we can. So these are the topics we can cover, we can know about, we can gather information about जब भी हम history या past के बारे में पढ़ते हैं. Okay? So first question is solved कि हम क्या पढ़ सकते हैं? What is solved? Now second question come where? कहाँ रहते थे ये लोग? Right? Where did people live? People have lived along the banks of a river for several 100,000 years. Now main question arises कि ये river के पास क्यों रहते थे? Can you tell me? Because river has various sources, has various materials to help, है ना? Because the river has minerals, the river has the land near the river has fertile soil जहाँ पे agriculture किया जा सकता है. The river has fish, fishing करके हम fish को खा सकते हैं, right? That is why, and of course water. You need water. That is why most of the people in the past, हजारों साल पहले लोग ज्यादातर रिवर के पास रहते थे, बिकॉज रिवर हैड वेरियस एडवांटेजेस. पानी मिल जाता था, मिनरल मिल जाता था, रिवर के पास की लैंड फर्टाइल होती थी, सो एग्रीकल्चर कुड ऑल्सो बी प्रैक्टिस्ड ओवर देयर, फिशिंग हो जाती थी वहां पे, राइट. सो सम ऑफ द अर्लीस्ट पीपल who lived here as in bank of the river, were skilled gatherers. गैदरर्स वो लोग होते हैं जो फूड गैदर करते हैं. वो अलग अलग जगह जाते हैं और खाना इकट्ठा करके एक जगह पे वापस आ जाते हैं. ओके, दीज पीपल आर नोन एज गैदरर्स, पीपल हु गैदर्ड देयर फूड. सो पास्ट में most of the people lived on the bank of the rivers several 100,000 years ago. हजारों साल पहले लोग ज्यादातर नदी के किनारे के पास रहते थे, because river had various advantages of it. Here I have shown you river Narmada. See, here. Narmada rises somewhere in the state of Madhya Pradesh. Okay? And it reaches up to Arabian Sea. उसका fall कहाँ पर है? Arabian Sea में जाके है. Alright? This is Narmada और ये उसका zoomed out version है, आप देख सकते हो. यहाँ पे river Narmada है. Okay? Now the point is that you will say, मैम आपको कैसे पता that people used to live near Narmada river? आपको कैसे पता कि नर्मदा के पास रहते थे? Right? It is because historians have told us. मैंने आपको बताया था. Past can be studied with the help of the material provided by historians. And historians have given us evidence. Historians ने हमें बहुत सारे ऐसे proof दिए हैं near the sites of Narmada river, which shows that 1,000 years ago, people used to live near Narmada river. Okay? The next site which historians have told us about is the Suleiman and Kirthar hills. पहली बात तो ये hills हैं कहाँ पर? As you can see from this map, Suleiman is now in the modern state of Pakistan. Okay? Pakistan was established in the year 1947. 1947 में Pakistan emerged as a new nation, पर उससे पहले this entire region was India only. So this Suleiman hills also had evidence of people living before 1,000 years. Okay? 1000 साल पहले Suleiman hills पे भी कुछ ऐसे evidence मिले which shows that people used to live there. Some of the areas where women and men first began to grow crops such as wheat and barley about 8,000 years ago are located here. कुछ ऐसे evidence मिले which shows that 8,000 years पहले लोग ने वहां पे wheat और barley भी उगाया हुआ है. Historians have got such evidence. People also began rearing animals like sheep, goat, cattle and they lived in villages. अब ये rearing क्या होता है? So children, rearing का मतलब होता है animals को पालना. ठीक है, उन्हें shelter provide करना, उन्हें food provide करना, and then you can take out some activity from those animals. For example, if you will rear sheep, तो आप sheep से wool निकाल के उसे बेच के पैसे कमा सकते हो. If you rear a goat, आप उससे मिल्च करके पैसे कमा सकते हो. Same goes for cattle also. So जाहिर सी बात है, people used to rear such animals so that they can earn something and then they can get their food from it. Right? कुछ एक occupation बनाने के लिए, to get a job, people started rearing these animals also. कभी कभी इन्हीं animals का meat बना के खा भी लेते होंगे लोग. Right? So second evidence which historians have provided us is of Suleiman and Kirthar hills, which shows that people used to live in these areas 8,000 years ago. और लोग यहाँ पे agriculture भी practice करते थे, growing wheat and barley. The evidence are there of rearing animals also like sheep, goat and cattle, and people used to live in a settlement of a village. Okay? Going to the next site which is provided by the information from historians is the Garo hills. Garo hills में भी लोग रहा करते थे. They used to live in the Garo hills. Garo hills का देखो यहाँ zoomed out version है. This is Garo hills. ठीक है, ये यहाँ पे Garo hills है असम के region में, असम मेघालय के region में. Okay. There is another site also, Vindhyas. Vindhyas मैंने अभी आपको दिखाया था river नर्मदा के पास. I'll show you again. These are the mountains of Vindhyas. ठीक है, नर्मदा रिवर के पास ही विंध्यास के mountains हैं, hills हैं. यहाँ पे भी historians ने हमें बताया that people used to live in these areas also 1,000 years ago. So coming back to Garo Hills, these were some of the other areas where agriculture developed. Garo Hills उनमें से एक जगह है जहाँ पे एग्रीकल्चर हुआ था. अभी हम लोगों ने एग्रीकल्चर कहाँ देखा था? सुलेमान कीरथार हिल्स में, राइट? सुलेमान कीरथार हिल्स में हमने एग्रीकल्चर देखा था जहाँ पे वीट और बार्ले के एविडेंस थे. एंड नाउ देयर इज अनदर साइड गारो हिल्स व्हिच इज इन प्रेजेंट डे मेघालय एंड असम रीजन जहाँ पे एग्रीकल्चर के एविडेंस मिले थे. The places where rice was first grown are to the north of Vindhyas. और rice के evidence कहाँ मिले हैं? विंध्यास में, which I showed you just now along with the river नर्मदा. यहाँ पे भी आप देख सकते हो, देखो ये नर्मदा रिवर है और यहाँ पे ये विंध्यास है. Over here we got the evidence of the agriculture and cultivation of rice. Okay, coming on to the next site. और कहाँ रहते थे लोग? People also used to live near a river Indus and its tributaries. Now, tributaries are smaller rivers that flow into a larger river. क्या होता है? कोई एक बड़ी सी रिवर जा रही है और कोई यहाँ से छोटी सी रिवर आके अगर इसको ज्वाइन कर लेती है, then the smaller river is known as a tributary. Okay? Got it? For example, गंगा आती है और गंगा में यमुना ज्वाइन कर लेती है, so यमुना becomes tributary of Ganga. Similarly, Indus also has its tributaries. क्या आपको इनके tributaries का नाम पता है? I will tell you. Just keep writing what I'm writing, okay? Take your copy and pen or pencil, whatever you have, and write it. Put a heading, tributaries of Indus. Put this heading in a better handwriting, of course, and then write Jesus Christ rose before sunrise. Just write this. Now put an arrow and write Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Byas, and Satluj. Okay? Jesus Christ rose before sunrise. ये आपका ट्रिक है ट्रिब्यूटरीज को याद करने का. And the name of the tributary is J for Jhelum, C for Chenab, R for Ravi, B for Byas, and S for Satluj. Okay? These are the tributaries of river Indus. Okay? Now, talking about river Indus and its tributaries, where historians have found some evidence that 1,000 years back, people used to live here. There were settlements. About 4,700 years ago, some of the earliest cities, na केवल village, बल्कि cities flourished on the banks of these rivers. क्या किसी ने मोहनजोदारो मूवी देखी है? मोहनजोदारो, ऋतिक रोशन की. In that movie, it was shown that how near the river Indus, a large city and such settlements were flourished on the banks of river Indus. और उसी की tributaries के पास भी बहुत सारे ऐसे settlement बने हुए थे. The time period is about 4,700 years ago. Okay, so this was again another site provided by historians. Next is the Ganga and its tributaries called the river Son. Okay, there are various other tributaries of Ganga as well, but historians ने हमें Son के बारे में जरूर बताया है that Son was a very famous settlement 1,000 years back. So about 2,500 years ago, आज से कुछ 2,500 साल पहले, cities developed on the banks of river Ganga. Now these are not the first cities. First cities नहीं है ये, है ना? First cities तो Indus के पास develop हुई थी. These are the cities which developed 2,500 years ago on the banks of river Ganga and its tributaries, and along the sea coast as well. In ancient times, the area along these rivers to the south of the Ganga was known as Magad. गंगा जहां से शुरू होती है और इसके पूरे सदर्न रीजन में, ये जहां से ऐसे लिखो, देखो zoomed out वर्जन में मैं दिखा रही हूँ, ऐसे जब ये साउथ की तरफ जाती है ना, इस पूरे रीजन को मगध रीजन बोला जाता था, विच इज नाउ लाइंग इन द स्टेट ऑफ बिहार. ओके, ये वाला जो पोर्शन है जब गंगा साउथ की तरफ जा रही होती है, ये वाला जो पोर्शन है This region was known as Magad, which is now the modern state of Bihar. Its rulers were very powerful and set up a large kingdom. Kingdoms were set up in other parts of the country as well. Kingdoms और भी जगह थे, साउथ में थे, थोड़े बहुत नॉर्थ में थे, थोड़े राजस्थान एरिया में थे. इनफैक्ट नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न रीजन में भी कुछ किंगडम्स थे. Historians have told us with a great emphasis about the Magadhan Empire and kingdoms because they were very powerful and they had impact on almost all the kingdoms in the country. हर kingdom के ऊपर इनका बहुत ज़्यादा effect एंड इम्पैक्ट था. दे वर वेरी पावरफुल और इनको लेकर बहुत सारे हिस्टोरिकल टेक्स्ट भी लिखे गए हैं. दैट इज वाई मगध किंगडम टेक्स अ वेरी गुड स्पेस इन द पेजेस ऑफ हिस्ट्री because the kings belonging to these kingdom were very powerful, and this was yet another site provided by historians where settlements was found, where cities developed around 2500 years ago. तो चिल्ड्रन ये पढ़ लिया हम लोगों ने कि कौन कौन सी साइट्स पे लोग रहते थे, पास्ट में हम लोग क्या क्या पढ़ सकते हैं. ओके, नेक्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक इज कि लोग ट्रैवल क्यों करते हैं आजकल. व्हाई डू पीपल ट्रैवल नाउअडेज? पीपल ट्रैवल नाउअडेज थ्रू आउट. People traveled from one part of the subcontinent to another. The hills and high mountains, including the Himalayas, deserts, nadi, seas, made journeys dangerous at times, but never impossible. All these led to the sharing of ideas between people. And these movements of people enriched our cultural traditions. People have shared new ways of carving stone, composing music, and even cooking food over several hundred of years. ऐसे ही थोड़ी ना, there is establishment, there is culture, there is some kind of taste, some kind of cuisine of every state and every region in your country. हर स्टेट में कुछ एक फेमस डिश होती है, राइट? हर एक स्टेट में कोई एक फेमस जगह होती है घूमने के लिए, राइट? ये सब कैसे आया? ये सब ऐसे आया बिकॉज वन ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल ट्रैवल्ड टू सम प्लेस, देन दैट ग्रुप ट्रैवल टू सम अदर प्लेस, और ऐसे ही पीपल ट्रैवल करते रहे एक जगह से दूसरी जगह. एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस दे kept sharing their ideas. वो लोग एक दूसरे से अपने ideas share करते रहे. And with the help of this, the culture emerged, the taste emerged, cuisine बना, right? एक lifestyle बना, एक रहने का तरीका बना. हम कैसे कपड़े पहनेंगे, हम कैसा म्यूजिक बनाएंगे, हम कैसा अपना क्रिएटिविटी करेंगे, स्टोन्स कैसे कार्व करेंगे, ये सारी चीजें, ये सारे ट्रेडिशंस एनरिच होना शुरू हो गए बिकॉज पीपल kept on traveling from one place to another. In fact, even today, आप अगर आज महाराष्ट्र में रहते हैं and if you go to the state of Himachal Pradesh to see the mountains and all the beauty, you will see कि वहाँ के लोग बहुत different तरीके से रहते हैं. और फिर आप learn करोगे that how do they live, how do they manage their supplies, their income, their occupation, उनका क्या culture है, उनके क्या traditions हैं, उनका famous music कैसा है, उनका famous खाना कैसा है, right? ट्रैवलिंग की वजह से ही देयर इज शेयरिंग ऑफ आइडियाज एंड विद द हेल्प ऑफ ट्रैवल ओनली कल्चर एंड ट्रेडिशंस इमर्ज. ना केवल अपनी कंट्री में, इनफैक्ट पास्ट में लोग बहुत सारी दूर की कंट्री से भी इंडिया आए थे. पीपल केम फ्रॉम ईरान, पीपल केम फ्रॉम वेरियस अदर मिडिल ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स, पीपल केम फ्रॉम यूरोप एज वेल, पीपल केम फ्रॉम अफ्रीका एज वेल. चाइना से कुछ लोग आए थे, कुछ लोग साउथ एशिया से आए थे. बहुत सारे लोग इंडिया में आए दूर दूर से बिकॉज ऑफ ट्रैवलिंग. वो ट्रैवलर्स थे, उनका काम ही यही था कि वो एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जाएं एंड विद द हेल्प ऑफ विच पीपल एनरिच्ड देयर कल्चरल ट्रेडिशंस एंड विद द हेल्प ऑफ विच क्रिएटिविटी, म्यूजिक, फूड, ये सब कुछ डेवलप हुआ ओवर द एजेस. ओके, नाउ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन कि ये जो इंडिया कंट्री है इसका नाम कैसे हुआ. ओके, इंडिया जिसका नाम इंडस नदी की हेल्प से पड़ा था. इंडस जिसको हम सिंधु बोलते थे संस्कृत में, ठीक है, और जो बाहर से लोग आए थे ना, जो मिडिल ईस्ट से लोग आए थे, वो सिंधु नहीं बोल पाते थे, वो हिंदू हिंदू करके बोलते थे. ऐसे ऐसे लगता था कि जैसे ह बोल रहे हैं, हिंदू हिंदू. एंड भारत, द नेम भारत वॉज यूज्ड फॉर अ ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल हु लिव्ड इन द नॉर्थ वेस्ट. and who are mentioned in the Rig Veda also. The earliest composition in Sanskrit dated to about 3500 years ago. Later it was used for the country. Okay, तो हमारी कंट्री के दो नाम हैं, एक तो हो गया इंडिया जिसको हम लोग हिंदुस्तान कहते हैं, क्योंकि इंडिया में जब लोग, अगर ये इंडस रिवर है एंड दिस इज द कंट्री ऑफ ईरान, मोस्टली फ्रॉम द पीपल ऑफ मिडिल ईस्ट, पर्शियन नेशंस, मिडिल ईस्ट से जब लोग इंडिया की तरफ आते थे तो इंडस रिवर बीच में आती थी. ओके, एंड पीपल यूज टू कॉल दिस सिंधु रिवर एज इंदू रिवर, और वहीं से हिंदुस्तान, हिंदुस्तान नाम पड़ गया. ठीक है, दैट इज व्हाई वी कॉल इंडिया एज इंडिया विद द हेल्प ऑफ द नेम ऑफ रिवर इंडस. इंडस रिवर की हेल्प से हमारी कंट्री का नाम इंडिया पड़ा. सेकेंड नेम है हमारा भारत. राइट, भारत कहां से पड़ा? भारत was used for a group of people जो इंडियन सबकॉन्टिनेंट में रहते थे. And this word भारत was mentioned in the ऋग्वेद. ऋग्वेद क्या है? हिंदू माइथोलॉजी की एक बहुत फेमस वेद है, एक बहुत फेमस सेक्रेड बुक है जो कि संस्कृत में लिखी गई थी. And it was written around 3500 years ago. And it was used for the country as well. और उस ऋग्वेद में ही भारत का नाम इस्तेमाल हुआ था, दैट देयर इज अ ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल हु लिव इन दिस पीस ऑफ लैंड. और बाद में इसी वर्ड को कंट्री के नेम के लिए भी यूज कर लिया गया. ओके, सो दिस इज हाउ द नेम ऑफ द लैंड वाज केप्ट. नाउ आफ्टर आंसरिंग दीज क्वेश्चंस कि लोग ट्रैवल क्यों करते हैं, लैंड का नाम कैसे रखा गया, and various other question also, that what can we know about the past, where did people live, why do people move. Now comes a very important question, that how do we know about past, how can we read and learn about the past. So finding out about the past, we have various sources. First source is a manuscript. We can know about the past, we can read about history with the help of manuscript. But what is a manuscript? Manuscript is actually a book or any document or any piece of music also which is written by hand rather than typed or printed. यहाँ देखो लिखा हुआ है man, written by man. कोई भी ऐसी script जो man ने लिखी हो, written by hand. Okay? These were usually written on palm leaf or on the specially prepared bark of a tree known as birch, which grows in the Himalayas. Because in that period of history paper तो होता नहीं था, paper तो अभी recently discover हुआ है, right? But thousands of years ago when paper was not there, people used to write on these kind of leaves, ऐसी palm leaves पे लिखा करते थे. इन्हीं leaves को they used to dry it up. When the leaves were dried, the ink was used to write on it. Okay, this is one such example of a manuscript. This is a page from a palm leaf manuscript. This manuscript was written about 1,000 years ago. The palm leaves were cut into pages and tied together to make a book. Okay? ऐसी leaves के paper size में काट लिया जाता था और फिर सबको bind कर दिया जाता था so that it can take a shape of a book, and then people used to write on it. So this is the first source through which we can know about the past. Now the question comes up, where are all manuscripts? अभी तक हम पढ़ रहे हैं manuscripts में ये लिखा है वो लिखा है, but है कहाँ ये? Are they still available? So to tell you children, many manuscripts were eaten away by insects. Okay? Termites होते हैं और भी बहुत सारे छोटे छोटे कीड़े होते हैं. Termites का मतलब दीमक. Okay? Termites होते हैं, बहुत सारे insects होते हैं who have eaten away various manuscripts, because the manuscripts are written on a kind of paper, sometime on leaves, sometime on any soft surface, and hence these manuscripts were eaten away by insects. But not all. Few have been preserved. कुछ बचा के रखी हैं. Many have survived, often preserved in temples and monasteries. Okay? कुछ जो survive कर गए, उन्हें हम लोगों ने temples और monasteries में preserve करके रखा हुआ है. Okay? Now the question arises, manuscripts में क्या लिखा होता है? These books dealt with all kind of subjects. For example, religious beliefs and practices of people. Then lives of king, कि king कैसे रहते थे, उनका administration कैसा था, what kind of army the king had. Then also about the medicine and science of the past period, the epics, poems and plays of that time as well. किस में लिखी जाती थी, कौन सी लैंग्वेज में? Many of these manuscripts were written in Sanskrit. Others were written in Prakrit and few were written in Tamil also. Now you know Sanskrit, you know Tamil. ये प्राकृत कौन सी लैंग्वेज है? So children, Prakrit was a very famous language which was used by ordinary people. ठीक है, उसको रॉयल एलीट किंग्स नहीं बोलते थे उतना ज्यादा, but Prakrit was used by common man. Very famous during the 6th century BC, which continued till AD period as well. I will tell you what is this BC, what is this AD, don't worry. ठीक है? To tell you, Prakrit was a very famous language used by ordinary people, which was used for a very long period of time in history. Okay? Long period of time in history, Prakrit was used, and various manuscripts were also written in Prakrit language. Alright? Now reading about inscriptions. Inscriptions क्या होते हैं? They are also a form of evidence. जैसे मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट्स एक एविडेंस ऑफ पास्ट होते हैं, वैसे ही इंस्क्रिप्शंस आर आल्सो एन एविडेंस फॉर द पास्ट, अ सोर्स टू स्टडी अबाउट पास्ट एंड हिस्ट्री. ओके, दीज आर राइटिंग्स ऑन रिलेटिवली हार्ड सर्फेसेस सच एज स्टोन और मेटल. जो मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट होता है वो एक पेपर पे या पाम लीफ पे या ऐसे लिखा जाता है, राइट? बट इंस्क्रिप्शंस आर रिटन ऑन कंपैरेटिवली हार्ड सर्फेसेस जैसे कि स्टोन या फिर metal. Now question is what can be written in it? So following things can be written in an inscription such as order of kings. एक बड़ा सा stone, एक बड़ा सा metal sheet लगा दिया kingdom के बाहर और उस पे king का order लिख दिया so that people could see clearly, could read it and could obey them. Okay? Then men and women recorded what they did. वो कौन कौन से events करते हैं, what religious propagation they participated in, what festivals they celebrated, right? What battles they fought, what kind of administration they had, and all such things could also be recorded in the inscription. Then records were also kept of victories in battle. King जो भी victories, जो भी battle जीतते थे वो भी inscription में लिखवा देते थे so that the future generation can know कि हमारे king ने ये वाले battles जीते थे. And that is the most prominent evidence of history. Inscriptions give us the most important information about all the battles being fought in the past. Okay? Now, जब हम hard surface पे लिखते हैं तो उसकी कुछ advantages भी होंगी, उसकी कुछ difficulties भी होंगी. And now we are going to read the same. The advantages of writing on a hard surface and what could have been the difficulties. Okay? First point of advantage is writing on a hard material cannot be destroyed easily. Termites उसको आसानी से खा नहीं पाएंगे, है ना? वैसे fade नहीं हो जाएगा, right? It is not easy to be destroyed. Second, it cannot be infected by pest and moth. Third, it cannot be crumpled into powder. ऐसे मोड़ तोड़ के फाड़ नहीं सकते आप, जैसे किसी पेपर को आप torn out कर सकते हो. You cannot torn out an inscription because inscription is written on a hard surface, right? Then, writing on a hard material is a laborious job and cannot be erased easily. This is erased, okay? आप उसे आसानी से मिटा नहीं सकते, वैसे नहीं कि रब करके कुछ और लिख दिया. No, it cannot be erased easily. It's a very laborious job. आपको एक एक चीज ऐसे गड़ोड़नी पड़ती है, एक एक चीज inscribe करनी पड़ती है with the help of needles and various other special type of pen. Okay? Now what are the difficulty? It is not easily portable. एक बड़ा सा stone अगर किसी wall पे लगा दिया गया तो stone को निकाल के दूसरी जगह ले जाना is very difficult. Okay? Then writing on hard surface is a very difficult task. ये task ही अपने आप में बहुत tough है that you have to inscribe each and every letter of the sentence. और अगर बहुत ज़्यादा history लिखनी है then it becomes a very laborious job to do. Third, it needs much hard metal to write on the hard surface. This is hard surface, okay? अगर आपको किसी hard surface पे लिखना है, अगर आपको stone पे लिखना है तो आपको बहुत strong needle चाहिए होगी. You need a very hard metal. Only then the matter can be inscribed on it, right? आपको inscribe करने के लिए ऐसे लेटर्स को गरोड़ने के लिए भी आपको एक बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग नीडल चाहिए होगा, है ना? दैट इज द डिफिकल्टी in maintaining or writing on a hard surface in an inscription. Reading further about inscriptions, here is an inscription showed to you. This is an old inscription. This is an old inscription dating back to about 2250 years ago, and it was found by historians and archaeologists in Kandahar. Kandahar kahan par hai? Present day Afghanistan mein. Okay. It was inscribed on the orders of a ruler named Ashoka. Ashoka, एक बहुत important, बहुत powerful, very famous ruler of history. We will read about him in the upcoming chapters. This inscription was inscribed on the orders of King Ashoka. अच्छा, एक चीज को please याद रखना children. Whenever we write anything, we use a script. And whenever we speak something, we use a language. हम जो बोलते हैं वो लैंग्वेज होती है, पर हम जिस तरह लिखते हैं वो एक स्क्रिप्ट होती है. ओके, फॉर एग्जाम्पल द इंग्लिश वी यूज, ये जितनी भी इंग्लिश यहाँ लिखी हुई है, दिस इज रोमन इंग्लिश. ओके, द हिंदी यू राइट, फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ यू राइट हिंदी लाइक दिस, दिस इज लैंग्वेज तो हिंदी है, बट दिस स्क्रिप्ट इज देवनागरी. ऑलराइट, सो देयर इज अ डिफरेंस बिटवीन द स्क्रिप्ट एंड लैंग्वेज. Scripts consist of letters and signs. But when we read what is written or we speak, we use a language. To speak or to read, we need a language. But to write, we need a script. मेरे साथ बोलो एक बार. When we speak, we use a language. When we write, we use a script. Okay? Talking about this inscription was inscribed in two different scripts and languages. ऊपर देखो ग्रीक लैंग्वेज लिखी हुई है और नीचे एरामाइक लैंग्वेज लिखी हुई है. दोनों में आपको डिफरेंस समझ में आ रहा होगा अगर बहुत ब्लर नहीं है, बिकॉज दिस इज अ वेरी ओल्ड इमेज. देखो अगर थोड़ा ध्यान से तो देखो बिल्कुल डिफरेंट पैटर्न ऑफ राइटिंग है, डिफरेंट स्टाइल ऑफ राइटिंग है, बिकॉज ऑन द टॉप द ग्रीक लैंग्वेज हैज बीन यूज्ड and below the Aramaic language was used, which was very prominent in this area in that period of history. History के उस part में when Ashoka was the ruler, these languages were very famous and hence the inscription was written in these two languages. All right. Now coming on to another source through which we can learn about the past, and this is archaeologists. तो हमने manuscripts की help से पढ़ा कि past में क्या हुआ था. We read the inscriptions. That inscriptions are also a very important source to know about history. Now comes the archaeologist. Now who are archaeologists? These are the people who study the past. They dig out various things. They excavate the surface of the earth and they study these objects to know about what happened in the past, what people used to do, what activities people had, what kind of sources, what kind of objects people in the past used to survive. So there were many other things that were made and used in the past. Those who study these objects are called archaeologists. Now what do they study with these objects? Yes, objects ढूंढ के वो लोग करते क्या हैं? They study the remains of buildings made of stone and brick. They study the painting and sculpture. And they also explore and excavate. मतलब वो dig करते हैं under the surface of the earth so that they can find out the tools, the weapons, the pots, pans, ornaments and coins. They excavate, that means they dig under the surface of the earth so that they can find as many objects as possible. जितने ज़्यादा objects मिलेंगे उतनी ज़्यादा अच्छी study हो पाएगी to know what people used to have in the past or in their lives. Okay, here is an image shown of a pot from an old city. Pots like these were used about 4,700 years ago. Now you will ask कि आपको कैसे पता कि ये इतनी साल पहले यूज किया जाता था? Because the pot had some evidence of some or the other material, and with the help of scientists, we can testify कि ये material कितना पुराना है. Scientists ये पता कर सकते हैं that what is the age of any product or any object. Okay, so this pot was found from an old city and historians have told us that these pots were used about 4,700 years ago. Here is another image of a coin. Now let me show you some excavated items. These are the pots being excavated by the archaeologists, and this is one of the paintings being excavated in one or more sites of the historic places. Acha. Please note it that archaeologists also look for bones, animal ki bone, bird ki bone, fish ki bone, so that they can know that in what kind of settlement कौन कौन से जानवर भी साथ में सोसाइटी में रहते थे, राइट, टू फाइंड आउट what people ate in the past as well. क्योंकि जाहिर है that if agriculture was very limited, people might have eaten or had the practice of eating animals as well. For example, today we have various kind of meat and non-vegetarian food items in our cuisine. Similarly, people in the past might also have similar kind of or very different kind of cuisine as well in the non-vegetarian column. The ancient coins, because I told you that archaeologists also look for coins so that they can know that kaun sa kingdom was prevalent in which period of history, right? So the ancient coins usually जो excavation में मिले, the ancient coins were made up of many metals such as copper, silver and gold, whereas the modern coins वो steel के बने होते हैं, right? So there is a big difference between the coins as well. That means coins of the past were very important and had a very huge value to the currency. Okay, the weight of the ancient coins was heavy, whereas the modern coins are very lighter in weight. Coins also contain the figures of kings and gods. अब आप बोलोगे gods की image क्यों है? So that it can be shown to the society that king has given patronage to such religion or king has a belief in such god. किंग कौन से भगवान पे विश्वास करता है, सोसाइटी को ये दिखाने के लिए भी गॉड की इमेजेस को कॉइन्स पे इम्प्रिंट किया जाता था. ओके, नाउ द क्वेश्चन कम्स, डू यू थिंक क्लॉथ इज फाउंड फ्रीक्वेंटली बाय आर्कियोलॉजिस्ट? क्या क्लॉथ भी मिला है इनको अपनी सर्च हिस्ट्री में? यस, क्लॉथ has also been found in various ancient civilization. ये देखो, there is an evidence, ये पिक्चर मैं आपको दिखा रही हूँ, which was found during the excavations. Historians, कौन होते हैं historians? वही scholars जो past को study करते हैं. Historians, that is scholars who study the past, often use the word source. वो बताते हैं ना कि हमने ये वाली information कहाँ से ढूंढी है, ये वाला हमें evidence कहाँ से मिला है. So they use this word source to refer to the information found from manuscripts, inscriptions and archaeology. Okay? Historians and archaeologists, ये लोग detectives की तरह होते हैं. They use all these sources और इन्हीं sources को वो clues की तरह use करते हैं so that they can find out about our past. आपको एक के बाद एक source मिलता जाएगा and that is your clue. And then you can chain all the clues and then you can study or get to know what happened in the past, right? And this is the same pattern being used by historians and archaeologists. So after reading about the sources that how we can find out about the past, question arises that is there one past or many? So to answer this, title of this book, हमारी book का title क्या है? Our Past, where the word past is plural. Past बोला गया, pasts, है ना? एक past नहीं है, बहुत सारे pasts हैं हमारे पास, right? That means there is not only one story of history, there are millions of stories of history. The title was to draw the attention to the fact that past was different for different group of people. Kings and queens का अलग past है, they have their own stories. जो ordinary men हैं उनकी अलग story है, जो farmers herders है उनके पास अपनी अलग story है, अपना अलग history है, that how they lived, what occupation they had, how much money they earned, how they worked in the society, how they lived in the society, what were the rules and regulations and everything. For example, the lives of herders or farmers were different from those of kings and queens. The lives of merchants were different from those of craft persons and so on. Life of people living on Andaman Island, this is island, sorry. Life of people living on Andaman Island versus people living in cities will be different, right? जो लोग Andaman Island पे रहते हैं और जो लोग शहर में रहते हैं, दोनों की lives में difference होगा ना? The activities they do, the kind of occupation they have, the kind of food they eat, everything, the kind of society they have, their living style, everything will be very different because of the region they live in. We know a great deal about kings and the battles they fought. हम kings के बारे में जानते हैं, उन्होंने जो battle लड़ी हम उसके बारे में भी जानते हैं. क्यों? Because they have kept records of their victories. They have made manuscripts on it, they have made inscriptions on it. But generally, ordinary people such as hunters, fishing folk, gatherers, farmers or herders, they did not keep any records of what they did. इसलिए हम उनके बारे में बहुत कम जानते हैं कि पुराने farmers gatherers कैसे रहते थे. We have a very little estimate about ordinary men and women because they have not kept any record of how they lived, what their life was like. While archaeology helps us to find out about their lives. But जो आर्कियोलॉजिस्ट होते हैं, जो हिस्टोरियंस होते हैं, वो बहुत सारे छोटे एविडेंस को कलेक्ट करते हैं. देन दे चेन अप दीज एविडेंस और इन्हीं एविडेंस को क्लू बनाकर ही दे गेट टू नो कि शायद ऐसे ऐसे हुआ होगा हिस्ट्री में, राइट? आर्कियोलॉजी हेल्प्स अस टू फाइंड आउट अबाउट देयर लाइव्स. देयर इज मच दैट रिमेन्स अननोन. आर्कियोलॉजी बहुत कोशिश करती है हमें बहुत सारी चीजें बताने की, बट स्टिल देयर आर वेरियस पार्ट्स ऑफ हिस्ट्री जो हमें अभी भी नहीं पता. बहुत सारी ऐसी बातें हैं जो हमें नहीं पता कि शायद कैसे लोग रहते होंगे या क्या क्या होता होगा पहले. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, वी नो दैट देयर वॉज सेटलमेंट ऑफ सिटीज नियर द इंडस वैली और हमारे पास कुछ लगभग एक आइडिया ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर भी है कि शायद इस तरीके के सिटीज बने होंगे, बट वी आर नॉट श्योर अबाउट इट बिकॉज everything is based on the clues historians have found out, archaeologists have found out. सारे clues को उन्होंने जोड़ा और फिर एक story बनाई. But we are still not sure. There are various things which are still unknown to us. Okay, so there is not only one past. There are various past of different group of people. हर इंसान की अपनी एक अलग history है, right? Okay. Now a very important topic. What do dates mean? मैंने अभी बोला था अशोका एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रूलर थे बीसी पीरियड में. प्राकृतिक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट लैंग्वेज थी बीसी पीरियड में. ये बीसी एडी क्या होता है? व्हाट इज दिस? दिस इज एक्चुअली द टाइमलाइन और यू कैन से अ काइंड ऑफ कैलेंडर डेट टू मेक थिंग्स इजी व्हेन वी स्टडी हिस्ट्री. हिस्ट्री को आसानी से पढ़ने के लिए वी हैव क्रिएटेड डेट्स सो दैट वी कैन पुट अ टाइमलाइन और हम ये डिसाइड कर सके दैट विच इवेंट टुक प्लेस ऑन विच डेट. ओके, फॉर एग्जाम्पल एक कोई हिस्टोरियन था, कोई एक इंसान था हु स्टार्टेड कंपाइलिंग हिस्ट्री. उसने हिस्ट्री का कंपाइलेशन शुरू किया, ठीक है, कि ये वाला इवेंट इस तारीख को हुआ था, ये वाला बैटल इस डेट को हुआ था. बट ही गॉट वेरी कंफ्यूज्ड. उसने बोला मैं पूरा डिसाइड कैसे करूं, इतनी सारी हिस्ट्री है, कैसे डिसाइड करूं मैं? सो व्हाट ही डिड वाज ही टुक जीसस क्राइस्ट एज अ सेंट्रिक डेट. जीसस क्राइस्ट को उसने एक सेंटर का डेट बना लिया. जीसस क्राइस्ट के बर्थ से पहले, जीसस क्राइस्ट के बर्थ से पहले जो भी कुछ हुआ उसको उसने बीसी पीरियड का नाम दिया और जीसस क्राइस्ट के बर्थ के बाद जो भी कुछ हुआ उसे हम लोगों ने एडी पीरियड का नाम दिया. ओके, years are counted from the date generally assigned to the birth of Jesus Christ, who was the founder of Christianity. Okay, that means 2000 means 2000 years after the birth of Christ. Christ का आज हम कहते हैं ना कि आज if today is 2022, that means 2022 years after the birth of Jesus Christ. Okay, so you can say 2022 AD as well. ये भी सही होगा, ठीक है. All dates before the birth of Christ are counted backwards and usually have the letters BC. अच्छा, हम लोग कैसे होते हैं? 2000, 2001, 2002 ऐसे तो हमारे ईयर जाते हैं ना, because this is the AD period. This all happened after the birth of Jesus Christ. But if you want to know about a date before the birth of Jesus Christ, then every date will go backwards. That means 2005, then it will come 2004, then it will be 2003, then it will be 2002. Okay, उल्टा जाते हैं हम लोग जब BC पीरियड पढ़ते हैं, ठीक है. BC पीरियड में dates go backwards, whereas in AD period dates go forward. Okay, here birth of Jesus Christ is the center point. Anything which happened before the birth of Jesus Christ is considered under the BC period, before Christ, and anything which happened after the birth of Jesus Christ is considered under the period of AD, that is Anno Domini. Please note it students, this is not after death. कई लोग after death बोल देते हैं इसको, this is completely wrong. After death कुछ नहीं है, Anno Domini है. Anno Domini का क्या meaning होता है I will tell you, ठीक है. So for now please remember, any event which happened before the birth of Jesus Christ is considered under the BC period, and any event which happened after the birth of Jesus Christ is considered under the Anno Domini, that is the AD period. Now, let me tell you what is AD. BC we have seen stands for before Christ. You will see sometimes, you will find sometimes find AD before dates. AD का मतलब होता है Anno Domini, और ये अपने आप में एक लैटिन वर्ड है. Anno Domini का मतलब होता है in the year of the Lord, जब लॉर्ड जिंदा थे, जब लॉर्ड पैदा हो चुके थे. Okay, so you can say the year 2012 as AD 2012 as well. Similarly, you can say 2022 as AD 2022 also. But there were various people in the world जो Christianity को follow नहीं करते थे, right? So they questioned कि जब हम Christianity को follow नहीं करते हैं, तो Jesus Christ पर based date क्यों accept करें, right? So to move from a Christian term towards a more secular term, we now have BCE in place of BC and we have CE in place of AD. Secular का मतलब होता है सारे religion on an equal value, on an equal platform. हम सारी religion का equally respect करते हैं and we have no connection with the religion. ठीक है? We respect all the religion on same level, but we have no connection with the religion. तो टाइम पीरियड को या फिर डेट का कोई रिलीजन से कनेक्शन ना रहे, इसलिए वी हैव मूव फ्रॉम द क्रिश्चियन टर्म टुवर्ड्स अ मोर सेकुलर टर्म सो दैट एवरीवन कैन यूज दीज टर्म्स थ्रू आउट द वर्ल्ड. सो नाउ फॉर बीसी पीरियड वी यूज बीसीई. पहले हम बिफोर क्राइस्ट बोलते थे, अब बोलते हैं हम बिफोर द कॉमन एरा. ठीक है, और एडी को हम लोग बोलते हैं सीई. वी हैव मूव फ्रॉम एनो डोमिनी टू कॉमन एरा. अब हम लोग कोई भी चीज जो जीसस क्राइस्ट के बर्थ के बाद हुई उसे हम लोग कॉमन एरा के नाम से सिग्निफाई करते हैं. ओके, समटाइम्स CE is used instead of AD and BCE instead of BC. The letters CE stands for common era and BCE stands for before common era. हम लोग ये words क्यों use करते हैं? We use these terms because the Christian era is now used in most countries of the world. वर्ल्ड की बहुत सारी कंट्रीज यही BC AD पीरियड यूज करने लग गए, इसलिए हम लोग ने भी यूज करना स्टार्ट कर दिया. इन इंडिया we began using this form of dating from about 200 years ago. आज से 200 साल पहले we also started using this BC AD और BCE CE period. कई लोग कभी कभी BP भी यूज करते हैं, that means before present. आज से पहले जो भी हुआ उसके आगे BP लगा देते हैं, but that's very rare. Very few people use it, but it has a mark in history. Sometimes we do use before present also to demarcate any event which happened in history. Okay, so here is the chart. I already told you in the BC period the dates go backward. First comes 500, then comes first comes 1500, then comes 1000, then comes 500. Backward date चलती है. But when we talk about AD, we go forward 500, 1000, 1500. Okay, and here you are 2022. Here you are. Okay, so this is the chart. BC and AD are the Christian term, and BCE and CE are just replaced. Okay, they are just the substitute secular term to demarcate any date. Okay, so this was the date system. Now let's do some exercise. Match the following. ज़्यादा नहीं, बस छोटा सा. Match the following. So here are some words given from the chapter, and here are the clues only from the chapter. You have to match the correct word with the correct clue. So the first word is Narmada Valley, second is Magad, Garo Hills, Indus and its tributaries, fifth is Ganga Valley. Okay, clues are the first big kingdom, hunting and gathering, cities about 2500 years ago, early agriculture, and the first cities. Now you have to match the word with the correct clue. Please think about it. If you have not memorized well enough, please go back to the chapter, revise well, and then come to this exercise. Okay? Answers are Narmada Valley was the site given by historians where evidence of hunting and gathering was found. Magad was the first big kingdom. मैंने बताया था गंगा के साउथ रीजन में there is this place Magad which is the modern state of Bihar. It was the first big kingdom of India. Garo Hills where the evidence of early agriculture were found. Indus and its tributaries was the area where the first cities developed. And Ganga Valley was the place where cities developed about 2500 years ago. Okay? Please mark it. Indus के पास के areas में first development हुआ था cities का. Ganga Valley के पास first development नहीं था. It was not the first development in the country or in the history. Okay? So with this, children, we have come to the end of our chapter. Happy learning. Revise well. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you.